Hi everyone, this is Salvi with your VTuber news today. Before we get into the news, please hit the subscribe, like, and maybe even hit the bell notification icon, and let's get into the first story that we have today. This was a subject that I wanted to talk about. I just saw this today, and I wanted to make sure that we talk about this a little bit, because this is specifically talking about Nijisanji, but a lot of different agencies do this as well. Most of Nijisanji's graduates, unless they specifically state that they want to keep their stuff out there, do have their things, of course, restricted, privated, etc. Their member streams are disappear, that type of thing. And that is normal for a lot of agencies. I believe Hololive does that as well, unless they request that there be an archive. Like, for example, I believe Kitty Coco requested it. A lot of other people who graduated requested it. Of course, when you're terminated, you don't get that choice. When you're terminated, you immediately will get a lot of things removed. Either that, or in the case of Hololive, when they want to be a little kinder, they will give you like a month. They'll be like, at the end of this month, let's say they graduate on the 1st or the 15th or whatever, they'll be like, at the end of this month, all of their stuff will be privated. They usually don't delete it because it is, it takes away from, you know, their count of, you know, people. It's just, I think at that point it becomes more of a business thing of, you know, assets that they had and keeping tabs of that. It's kind of hard for them to fully delete everything as a publicly traded business, from what I understand. Record keeping in that is very important. They can private it though, because it's still there. It's just not seen publicly. But that seems to be something that happens a lot more when it comes to Nijisanji, of things being privated. You have Pomu, which I believe doesn't have things privated, things like that, because Pomu actually requested that they not get privated. I'm pretty sure some of it has to do with royalties and, you know, that type of thing, given to residuals, given to the talents, and them maybe not wanting to do that. Also, it is their IP, so they can do with it as they please once the person's gone. Once the person behind the IP, the voice actor or actress behind the IP, behind the VTuber, is gone, the person who owns the IP, in this case Nijisanji or Hololive or Face Connect or whoever, can do as they please. They can decide to keep it as an archive, you know, for posterity's sake, and also for keeping the fan base happy, or they can decide, you know, we're just going to private everything because we're not going to be making money off of anything like that, so we don't want to worry about residuals or anything after that matter. Because people are going to be watching, people are going to be looking at it, people are going to find it on, you know, randomly, and maybe see it somewhere like 6 months or a year down the line. And that is a choice that each individual company will make. Of course, it doesn't mean Nijisanji is great or horrible for doing this. It just means that they are following pretty much the regular protocols that every large agency does, and most VTuber agencies do. So I'm not really doing this to like shit on Nijisanji, but yeah, they do it as well. Chibidoki, who has been here for quite a while. She's a VTuber. She's one of the big ones of the indie scene. She is a gremlin. She doesn't do any loot stuff or anything like that. She's just her gremlin self. She's just doing what she wants to do and how she wants to do it, and just enjoying herself with her community. She has something that she wanted to announce to everybody, and that is, there is a scammer. There is a copycat, a direct copycat, that's taking all of her live streams and retweeting, like restreaming them specifically at the same time on of course, TikTok, as you can see here. It says, hey guys, I'm totally okay with clipping accounts dedicated to my content, as she has actually responded to clipping accounts with like, holy crap, like she even thought it was herself, because clipping accounts mark themselves as clipping accounts. They mark themselves, they don't say it's, you know, Chibidoki VT, you know, they say that there's something, they mark themselves as something else. They either put in their description or something else that they are a Chibidoki clipper. It says, but this user is live streaming my VODs, and I'm not okay with that. People think it's me, and I'm worried about people donating and getting scammed, or just believing this is me when it's not. Please ask them to stop if you happen to see their live stream in TikTok. I doubt they're bad intentions, but I'm just worried about fan safety. I don't, here's the stuff. They're just, you know, redoing their VODs, and any clips, they're also putting it there. They're not doing the actual work. It says, my only socials are Chibidoki on Discord, Chibidoki on Twitter, VT, Chibidoki VT on Instagram, and Chibidoki on YouTube and Twitch. She doesn't have a TikTok. Please be safe and have fun clipping. I love clipping accounts. I sincerely appreciate the fact that you guys post my stuff. So please understand why they have this issue. Anyone would have this issue. And let's take a look at a couple of clips. She did this. pretty quickly after she found out that the stuff was there, she put right there, you know, saying it's a scam.
Do you think he's pissed off?
He might be ticked off.
Do you think he's pissed off?
Good. If he is, then good. This TikTok live stream is a scam. Transmisión en vivo de TikTok es una estafa. Good. She put it in English and Spanish because a lot of people are Spanish watchers,
Hey guys,
I believe.
I'm gonna leave this up for the rest of the stream. Is that okay?
Yeah, of course. I mean, like, good. I'm glad she did that. If she did, I'm glad she did. You can't let these scammers win. I've had to deal with my fair share of scammers and my fair share of people trying to hurt my channel and stuff like that. Oh boy. In the last month I've had, oh my god, I can't even count how many times that people have tried to take my channel.
They're actively scamming people and they just said no. So go report it. Go type in the chat that it's a scam. Please don't harass them in the sense of being mean to them or rude to them. Just literally, they're scamming. That's all it is. So please, if you can, much love. I would make a ticket and stuff like that. I've already reported them, and TikTok said they're doing nothing to break guidelines. So, yeah. Just like basically spam in the comments that it's a scam and that my real TikTok is the other one. So
yeah. She does have a TikTok. Okay, I thought she didn't have a TikTok, so she didn't put it there before. But she does have a TikTok, and of course she has her real one. And TikTok is not going to really care because they're making money. They don't have the whole thing like YouTube has with impersonation. They don't have that kind of stuff with the larger programs have. Remember, TikTok is a Chinese service, so they don't give a damn. They're not breaking their TOS. Impersonation doesn't break their TOS. So, you know, unfortunately, Chibidoki has her hands tied. But at the very least, if you mass report that one, they are at least temporarily going to get removed until TikTok brings them back, of course. Because TikTok cares more about the money than anything else. Peter Boxy has been making a lot of moves, doing a lot of things for his career, doing a lot of things to expand and grow and do everything that he needs to do and wants to do in order to be the best VTuber that he can. Today, though, we have some sad news from him. Some more serious details. I will be doing my 4th year anniversary / 2.0 reveal / graduation stream on 5/17/2025. After that, all content creation as Peter Boxy will be stopped. So he had moved from, I believe, from one agency to another, because that is something that can happen. He was doing moves to better himself and to better the content and make everything amazing as he always has been. I've been following for a bit, and he's definitely been doing a lot of things, a lot more than I have at least, a lot of things out there to better represent VTubing and better represent himself. It is sad. It says announcement of Peter Boxy's graduation. We announced that Peter Boxy, a member of the 5-Hour Sauna Business Association, is graduating on May 17, 2025. Thank you so much for supporting Peter. We would like to ask for your continued support for Peter and his next career. So it isn't an immediate graduation. It isn't, hey, hello, I'm going to be graduating today type of thing. This is a bit longer. You're going to be able to enjoy him for at least another month. And of course, it is a sad thing. I do wish him the absolute best. He deserves the best. He deserves a lot of success in whatever he does in the future. And I do wish and hope that for him and anybody really who graduates. But right now, of course, we're focusing on him. And I do wish him the best because he has been great to me. He has been great to other VTubers. He has been a good part of this VTubing community. And it is always sad to see the good ones leave. Alias Anono, for all those who don't know, was one of the many people who had gotten their stuff demonetized. In her case, it was because of ASMR and that type of stuff. As you know, that can lead to demonetization, especially with the way YouTube has been recently, especially with VTubers of all things. It says, wow, Bouquets, check this out. I'm going to celebrate my 100k and remonetization stream this Friday at 3:28. Please, please, please feel free to come by and check it out. We'll have lots of snacks, prizes, and cute things to explore, and a cake. Oh god, let's have fun. Of course, there had been months, I think it had been since last year, that they had their stuff banned for, you know, the different reasons. For the reasons that I mentioned, ASMR, you know, supposed quote-unquote fraud and all that kind of stuff. They got themselves demonetized for that. And it says, congratulations to 100k and remonetization. Look forward to partying together with you and everyone. Congratulations to 100k and getting remonetized. Looking forward to it. You look hard for that 100k and remonetization. You worked hard, definitely. Congratulations, Alias. Everyone, of course, because this is her community, is saying congratulations to her. It is amazing that something happened. I'm pretty sure it's through her hard work and the hard work of others in there that that is going through and working to get these things fixed. YouTube does not have a very good history with these things. It does not have a very good history of fixing things that are happening. It does not have a very good history overall of doing anything to help the VTubers or anybody get their stuff back. So I'm glad that at least something was done. Aruran is a member of Holostars JP. Holostars is, of course, a division, a section, a branch of Cover, just like Hololive, Hololive EN, Hololive ID, etc. are all separate. So Holostars is the male version, of course, the male side of it, and he has recently had his debut of his new outfit. The reason why I'm so cool on these Holostars, of course, here we go. Let's take a look at it. Let's take a look at his full look here, showing a little bit here.
人間の可動域ってすごい。
Kind of a Chinese style dress. I'm assuming it's a Chinese like kung fu style dress up thingy.
でででん。
Yeah, it is.
なん
Kind
か
of a
巻いてま
western,
すよこれ。
kind of like westernized, I guess, with the coat on top.
いいんですか？
And there's his face. There's the face. The new face
かっ
wear.
こいいピッツァね。
I want to show you actually as well. The
Correcto.
the hair looks nice too. They are cooking. They usually tend to cook when it comes to any of this kind of stuff here. They absolutely on the JP side, EN side, whatever. Hololive has their artists that they prefer, which of course a lot of them do. They go for the same mama or papa that did it. Same thing with like Iris and others. They improve. I mentioned Iris because Iris in the beginning had a little bit too photorealistic look, and it didn't really fit with the VTuber aesthetic. And the papa of Iris went and researched and studied and everything like that once he saw the comments, and eventually made the Iris that we know now. So they do work. They do improve. Anytime they improve, of course, it is a
こっちは
wonderful
もうちょっ
thing.
と上に開いてんのかな。ここかな。ここ
Cuffs
まで
and
開いてん
everything.
の
You
か
see, you see
な。
it.
脇下まで開いてる
Very well made. Very well, like the good look as well. He also has for when he plays, like, you know, Street Fighter and things like that.
これすごいよね。
So he has all that stuff,
という
which
こと
is
で
really, really cool.
はい、皆さんホロスタ公式をフォローしておいてください。ホロスタ公式をフォロー。
And of course,
素晴らしい。
merchandise. You have the acrylic stands. You have stickers,
yes.
it looks like in this case. Really cool. Some of them
缶
look
バ
like
ッジと同じやつ。
some of them look like they should be used as emotes, to be honest with you. Some of them really do look like they should be used as emotes. Then you have some other, looks like clips. Looks like it possibly clips. Like I don't know if it's clips for papers or anything like that. Looks like clips. And then you have all the stuff here. Of course, the badge, the little badge thing. You have the picture. Pretty sure limited editions are already sold out, because almost always they sell out almost immediately, because the fans of each individual VTuber will buy it right away. So these are the kind of things that I do like seeing. I do like seeing when they pop up with stuff like this. These are new ideas, because from what I've heard, they go to the VTuber themselves and are like, what would you like for merch? We're having this big thing for you, which is, you know, in this case, in Aruran's case, the outfit. What would you like for merch for that outfit? And sometimes they'll just be like, do what you want. You know, at the very least, in acrylic, they'll give them options. So they can have different options. They can have desk mats and things like that if they want. But this is the one that they had for him. It's great to see that Holostars are still getting a lot of support from Yago, as you may or may not know. Yago's personal project is Holostars. He started Holostars JP because he wanted to give the boys a chance. He wanted to give males a chance to be a part of this whole, you know, bigger VTuber industry thing, at least on the Hololive side. He didn't want to leave it just as girls in there, because if you cut off one section of the population, you're cutting off possible income. And that's the main thing, of course. When it comes to these big agencies, at the end of the day, whether they're treated humanly as they are in Hololive, or they're treated the other way as they are in Company A, it's all about, at the end, profits, because they are publicly traded companies and they have to think about profits first. Of course, is someone from Hololive ID, and she is recently in the news because she has had a quote-unquote re-debut, which is pretty much just getting a new look, a full new visual style and everything like that. So let's take a look at what's happening here. She has a little thing here.
Okay, so I just need to deal with this thing, right? Okay, nice. Yes. Finally, I know that you're always doesn't want me to call you a thing, right? Yeah. Okay, nice. Finally, you say something. Okay. What is that? Oh, well, maybe I'm gonna decide it by myself at the end of the day, right? So, Kaela is probably for live.
Yeah, get some help time.
And then something live clips maybe, right? Yeah, that works. And
So there, basically, she's going through the whole rigmarole of the VTuber introductions and hashtags and stuff. She's making it like she's debuting again. But let's take a look at a little bit of what's going on here.
Stand up. No matter how much she tried, it kept
Brody!
flopping to the floor constantly. Yet, through sheer persistence and unbelievable luck, somehow, she won. Moving on to the second quest was a steering wheel puzzle. She needed to install all of the wheels in the right order and move on to the next island before the island collapsed. After endless trials and errors, and with the help from the NPCs, she finally succeeded. The island mysteriously split in half, and a raft appeared. Then they could finally...
So nice. They gave her a whole lore thing going on too. And there's another style for her, which is interesting. There you go. Now everything's filled out.
Italian. Fatti aiutare. Yeah.
And finally, we have this. The full look of everything. So I do love that they made it into an actual, like, a brand new debut.
Okay.
I do love that.
And then I also have the thing that Gachan actually has.
So of course, the thigh straps.
Okay.
You have hammers for when she needs to go into Minecraft.
実は配信の最後にちょっとしたプレゼントを用意していますので。
And there's her workbench. Of course, the little slime up there on
Okay.
the top right. Oh,
No
looking
jacket.
looking good in the neighborhood. Of course, it is great to see all this. It's great to see all these
The
new
artist
visuals,
is Peter Taste. I know that
all these new things that she's been doing. And of course, she gives credit to everybody who's helped out. The lore voiceover, of course, was Crony. And, you know, that kind of stuff. All that stuff is wunderbar. So, yeah, of course, given the benefit to everybody. And here you have, of course, that just looks like actually, instead of slime, it looks like one of those big water bottle things. I don't know. But yeah, it's all very nice. Very well done by her. And here is a little bit of the full look. The belly, of course. Then you have the top look, and you have there, right there. So, of course, congratulations, Kaela, for getting a new look. And Hololive for giving you that new look, which is amazing always. I love when Hololive and other agencies do that, no matter who they are, big and small. It seems like the small agencies are showing the big agencies how it's done, though with the way a lot of the things go, it's very nice to see. It's always great to see. Welcome back, everybody, to the VTuber Showcase, the place where I like to showcase up-and-coming VTubers of various sizes, shapes, forms, types, everything in between. I do it because I love the VTuber community, and I want to be a positive force for it, not something negative to tear people down, but to bring people up. Yes, I do talk about news and drama and stuff like that, but I want at least one section of the video to be something positive. Here we go. Today we're talking about Dark Sal XM, full-time degenerate on Twitch. Let's take a look at their Twitch channel. This is what they have here. Of course, we're going to be going further. And let's see. Yes, I am the person who chugged an entire hot sauce bottle and started crying because my intestines were burning on stream. If I look familiar, you probably saw me on TikTok. So yeah, they have things that they do. They definitely have things that they do. Let's take a look.
You get a jar and wait. Okay. Well, if you ever piss in a jar, send them over to me. Wait. Okay,
Wait, what?
question. What would you guys do if I grab a figure of myself and I put it in a jar, and in the next stream, I show you guys my figure in a jar, and they're just filled with a lot of white substance. What would y'all do?
I think people would freak out.
What would y'all actually do? Would you guys all leave me?
Probably not,
Male
but
figure or
it's
both?
very interesting.
Male
an interesting
and
idea.
female, all both of them in the same jar. What would y'all do?
That's a crazy question to ask, but you gotta love that craziness there. It's 3 weeks ago, take you on a date, takes you on a dinner date, IRL live stream, that type of stuff there. Also doing a lot of their stuff here where they are, of course, this is their channel. They can show whichever side they want. They can show the side of themselves. They can show IRL streaming. They can show VTubing, whatever it is. They are a VTuber though, whether they show their face or not. In my opinion, they're a VTuber, so that's why, I'm showing them here. Thank you so much, Dark Sal, for allowing me to show you on my channel, and of course, I do hope this helps you in some way. Thank you so much for watching. That is all the news that we have for today. Please let me know down below if you want to know any more news, or if you have any comments regarding anything that you saw here, which I will try my best to respond to. I love seeing your comments down below. Of course, as well, like and subscribe to the channel. That will give you more information every single day. I do 2 videos a day, so hopefully you enjoy.